Did you miss the original Notcoin airdrop? Be honest, did you? I did. The Telegram mini apps had just launched. Notcoin launched their tap to earn game and it absolutely printed. Most of us missed it. We were too busy being focused on whatever else was happening in Web3 at the time. So of course, we all started chasing and we started farming all of these Telegram mini apps, hoping that one of them could live up to that same hype that Notcoin did. But it was seemingly too late. There are obviously a few decent projects here and there with some decent sized airdrops, and there might still be more to come, but nothing has lived up anywhere close to what Notcoin was. What if I told you there was a chance to start over and give yourself another chance at something like Notcoin again? To be one of the first users to a new ecosystem, and to potentially be there for the first massive airdrop. Hey everyone, I'm Lathaz, and if you don't know me, I'm here talking about different airdrop farming opportunities and ways to make money with little capital in crypto. So rather than me just tell you about this opportunity, how about I just show you? This is Line, a messaging app that was built by a Japanese company in 2011. It primarily services a Japanese audience, but they also have a lot of people from Taiwan and Thailand, as well as some other Asian countries. In Japan alone, they have over 100 million users already. They're not just a messaging app, they are a super app. They've got news involved and a doctor service and a payment method and music and so many other different things are all baked into this one app. They also have some games already, some Web 2 games, including one of these that is also built in partnership with Disney. And then on January 22nd, only a week ago, they launched their mini dapps and Dapp portal. And if you're familiar with the content I've put out around the Telegram mini apps, think of it in a very similar way, but now on a different messaging platform. Now online, users can play, receive rewards, and trade virtual assets on 32 different dApps that have already been built and they want to launch another 1,000 more projects in 2025 alone. If you've been farming some Telegram mini apps, you might recognize some of these. You can see here, this is Bombi, there's Captain Tsubasa. The background there, you can just make out that that's Cat T. Just like Telegram has the Ton blockchain, and that's where it builds all of its mini dApps on, Line has Kaya, which is their blockchain. And just like Telegram, you don't need to download any separate applications. It's all done inside of the messaging app itself. Adding to this and bringing even more users onto these games, there's going to be a link on the home tab of the Line app. And they're also launching a web browser version soon. They've built Line Connect, which is basically a wallet that's built inside of Line. Or they've also brought OKX wallet on as the first third-party option for a wallet. This also means that if you don't have Line as an app, you actually can still play these mini dApps anyway, because they're now going to be showing up inside of the OKX wallet itself. In this Medium article, they go through all the different games they're launching with. At the moment, they've got 20 launching with another 10 to come very soon. And then they want to have 150 launched within the first half of the year. Some of the games you might recognize, as I mentioned before, is Bombi, Captain Tsubasa. There's other games like BulletStorm. Wizwoods is another game that I've seen before in Telegram. Same with Elderglade as well. But they do have other new games like Frog Defense and Future and G, Goblin Master, Goblin Tycoon. I haven't seen these ones before. Which that excites me because now we've got some new games that we can start to look at and figure out which ones might be the best options. Next 10 games that are coming are these ones here, which you would probably recognize. Banana, that's powered by Carve. Cat T has already launched on there, and Farm Friends, I've seen that before on Telegram as well as a few others here that are coming too. I did see on Sungmin CEO's post, who's the chairman at Kaya Chain, that in response to that, MasterChef, who's from Wonton, said that Wonton is still waiting to launch on Kaya. So I think we can expect them to be there too in the future. And then if we look a little bit deeper, there's also other Web3 apps that are being built on Kaya, like Layer Finance, which is the first restaking protocol online. As I said at the start of the video, the reason why I'm so excited about this is that Notcoin was the very first big launch that happened on Telegram mini apps, right? So it makes sense to think that at some point there should be a big launch that happens online, especially if there's not nearly as many users. The main problem with the Telegram mini apps and why a lot of them didn't do a big airdrop like we were expecting is that things like Hamster Combat were literally airdropping to like 200 million users. Even if the project was worth $1 billion, which is huge, that means that every user on average would only get $5 for an airdrop. In comparison, Line has far fewer users at this point. So if we get early on some of these good games, these good apps, and they actually take off, well, it's much more possible that we end up getting a bigger airdrop than we would on a lot of these Telegram mini apps. You already know that Kaya Chain and Line are really going to be pushing these mini dApps for the first little while because they want to see it succeed. And you'll see in a second how they're actually going to be giving players Kaya tokens as well in order to play these games and give you a bit of an incentive to do that. Which I think it's perfect timing because Telegram has been going through a bit of controversy lately with how they went exclusive on their partnerships. There's also a lot of other things that people are sour about on Telegram as well. So it's a good opportunity to try and win some new users by getting them to come across the line instead. So I'm not saying that Telegram's dead. I think there's still an opportunity there, but I do think this might be more worth it because there's less users and therefore less chance of being diluted. This all sounds great. How do I start? To get started, you need to go to the Dapp portal. That's where you can find all of these mini dapps all in one place, or you can join link by link like I'll have in the description below. You can play all of these games on the Line app or on the web version, but you can't join the Dapp portal yet on the website. That's coming in the future. But if you join via a link, then you can still go and look at it on the web portal. Go into the description below and I've got links to all of the games on the Dapp portal there for you. Next step is to create a wallet. Now you can either create a wallet online itself or use your OKX wallet if you've already got that. Personally, I'm using the OKX wallet. Then you start playing the games, earning referrals, getting to invite some different people, bring as many people across from Telegram as you know. You can also purchase some in-game items that will help you on your way to getting a big airdrop. One nice thing that I've seen about using Line and the Kaya blockchain is that you can actually use Apple Pay, Google Pay, and all these sorts of things, as well as just being able to use your own Kaya that you might have already bridged across onto the wallet. There's a trade menu that you can swap tokens in there as well. So if you earn Caddy tokens, for instance, then you'd be able to bridge them across and swap them to Kaya. If you want to get Kaya into your wallet, I would recommend going through one of your exchanges, whether it be Binance or something like that, and then send it into your wallet. You can also buy and sell the NFTs that you are earning in games. As you can't look at Dapp portal on the web version at the moment, this is what it looks like on the app. At the top, you can quickly see in these banners all the different games that you can play and some of the rewards you can earn. But as we scroll down, this is what I think is actually so lucrative about this. Because they want to bring you across, they're actually offering you free Kaya, which is the token of their blockchain. This is like the TON equivalent for the TON blockchain. And all you need to do is play these games and earn some different achievements in game and you get free Kaya. So for example, if you pass Cat T one time, you get 5 Kaya. Or if you reach level 20 in Bombi, you earn 1 Kaya. There's also some big ones. If you manage to get to level 30 in Wizwoods, you can get 100 Kaya. As you scroll across in here, you can see there are so many different opportunities, and I'm sure as they add new games, they're only going to introduce more and more there too. While you're playing these games, you're also earning Dapp points, and to convert those into Kaya, you need to participate in the Dapp missions, then go to the Dapp token exchange, and you can exchange them for Kaya. Adding to this, you can earn NFT rewards from playing some of the games too. Scroll back up to the top and you click on the Play tab. That's where you can see all the different games that you're able to play there too. In terms of figuring out which games to start playing first, well, I would definitely recommend you go to the ones that earn you the most Kaya for playing them. So Wizwoods is obviously one of those. So would be Midnight Survivors and anything like that. Web 3.0 PVZ, which is Plants vs Zombies, or Goblin Master. All of these, I would go for those before going for some of the other ones where you only earn 1 Kaya. Because at least you know that if you play those games and you do well enough in them, you're definitely earning something that is worthwhile. It's probably worth looking at the Kaya token itself to see how much is that actually worth, because it says in the game that you can earn 594 Kaya tokens. How much would that actually be in dollars? If you earn the full amount, that would be 115 USD, which may not be a lot of money, but remember, while you're playing these games, you're also earning airdrops on all of these other games that you're playing. And at the moment, the market cap of the Kaya blockchain is 1.1 billion, but it's also only the 101st biggest token at the moment. And if we compare that to TON, which I believe is in the top 20, there's every opportunity for Kaya to be worth a lot more in the next few months. And if you look back at the price chart, it peaked on December 3rd at about 40 cents, which is about double from where we are now. So if it even gets to that point, well, now 115 USD becomes $230, and I still don't think this is anywhere near the top of where it will eventually get to. I've only just started playing some of these games in the last few days, so I actually don't know all of the games yet. And so if you want to know what I think is the best game to farm and which ones I think will give the biggest airdrops, make sure you join my Telegram community, because that's where I'll be sharing this as I learn more about each of the games. But what am I going to be looking for that could become the Notcoin of Line and of the Kaya blockchain? A few key things about Notcoin that stood out from the rest, which I think is a good model for what we should be looking for. I think they need to have a good team that builds things quickly and does things that the community wants. I think it needs to be only launched online and not be launched on Telegram mini apps as well. Because as you can tell already, there's a lot that are building apps and putting them on both Line and on Telegram, which I think that's fine. And for the long-term sustainability of these projects, I think that is the best option. But in terms of an airdrop, I don't think it is, because now you're going to be competing with all of the users that are on Telegram, which, as we know, is millions, tens of millions, and hundreds of millions of people all playing these games. So to find the biggest airdrop, we want to find a game that isn't on Telegram, or at least isn't big on Telegram yet. I think we should also look for something that thinks a bit outside the box or has utility that people really want and need on the Kaya blockchain. The reason I say that is if you go back and look at Notcoin from the early days, the game that they built was actually something that was quite novel. It was a new idea on the Telegram ecosystem. Now, it doesn't feel like that anymore because so many games tried to replicate that model. But I think if we can find an app online that has this newness to it and something that's fresh and interesting, then I think there's an opportunity where that could be a big airdrop potential as well. One thing I've noticed as well is that you can't just launch any app online by the look of it. I think you kind of need to have been approved by Line and by the Kaya blockchain, which maybe that isn't as open as it could be, but that is kind of how the Apple iOS App Store works. And what it does lead to is higher quality games across the board, but it also means they've got the tick of approval from the blockchain and Line themselves. So what would I do if I were you and I was just starting? I would definitely start with Wizwoods. I mean, the fact that you can get 100 Kaya from playing that game, and it's a very simple game, I think it makes sense to start there. And I would start looking for the apps that haven't been built on Telegram as well, or at least aren't big there. And then the third thing I would do is join my Telegram community and make sure you're in there and talking to all the different people, seeing all the announcements that I'm posting. And I think that's where you're going to get the best opportunity to learn about these games early and farm them with the best strategies possible. In terms of how the token airdrops are going to happen, I think this is an interesting thing to bring up because Telegram have recently said that all of the tokens that launch from their mini apps have to be launched on TON. And it seems like Line are doing a similar thing with Kaya. Kaya's team did say that it was possible to develop a mini app with another chain, but the official chain is Kaya chain. Either way, I think it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, because for something like Wizwoods that's been developed on like 4 or 5 different chains and is running on Telegram and Line and Twitter, and if they all want to be exclusive, you can't launch on just one chain because that wouldn't work. So I think what might end up happening is that they're launching these tokens on multiple different chains, and then if you want to bridge them onto kind of their home chain, you could, but there's going to be liquidity on each of the chains anyway, so you could just sell it there if you wanted to. Definitely worth watching though. If you've got a little bit more money and you want to try and farm something that's a little bit different, I just made a video on something called tribe.run. Go and check that out. I think there's an opportunity for this to pop off again very soon because they're opening up this new token graduation model where they've got bonding curve liquidity that's going to Radium. It's kind of like integrating pump.fun into this app. But not only that, the person who started tribe.run, Bills H, has also said they're going to start with his tribe, create a new meme coin with a 1 billion supply, and then airdrop only to members and people that are holding his token. To check out more about that, go and check out the video that I just recently made about tribe.run. If you were in my community already, you would have got that call that I just showed you before, and you could have bought in at 1 Sol, which from the time that I posted it, it's already up 30%. Plus, you'll be receiving the airdrop of that meme coin that he told you about as well. So make sure you jump in there because that's where you're going to get the most up-to-date information. These videos are always going to be more delayed because it obviously takes me time to find the information and script it together and then video and then edit all of that stuff. So if you get into the Telegram, you'll get that information straight away. If you want more content about the Line ecosystem, or you want me to focus more on Telegram mini apps again, or maybe there's something else you want me to talk about, please let me know in the comments below or in my Telegram, and I'll be happy to make some videos about that too. Otherwise, make sure to use the links in the description for all the different games, and happy tapping. See ya.